see how that lion start, there we go, intent in the eyes. Something is behind us, and I don't know what it is. But the lions are obviously really onto this now. The other lionesses have all changed their zebra. I can see them now finally. There's a herd of zebra. The one lioness is probably 25, 30 meters from the herd of zebra. I'm not going to move while I've got lions near me because the zebra is looking in our general direction at the moment. So I don't want to be the one to give it away. But once these lions go down, I will move slightly so we can see where the zebra are. Andrew's trying his best to swing around now. We are in a difficult position. You got it there, Andrew? In the gap, next to the big marula.
The camera just can't get there.
Oh, unfortunately, it's just beyond what the camera can get. The zebra is actually moving towards the lions now, and they've stopped looking near us. Unfortunately, I can see lionesses, and everything's going. They're all on the move. The two lionesses closest. The zebra are sprinting through the bush. I'm not sure what's going on there. They're not sprinting yet. They're actually running towards where the other lionesses went. So we're just going to stand back here. I've just seen a lion go now. We're just going to keep quiet. We can't move now. And there's buffalo as well. Everything's going on. The lions are chasing the buffalo. I can actually see her still chasing buffalo there. Coming right towards us now. Lions with the buffalo right hot on its tail, and they're chasing it towards where the other lions are coming. Junior is actually coming in from the right. She's jumped on the buffalo. She's right on its back. She slowed it down. And Junior's there, right in front of them there. Hold on, guys. We're going to get in there now. Junior's got involved in the fight. And all of the lions on top of the buffalo now. I've just got to get ourselves in a safe position. There we go. You can see how the one lioness has got her onto the throat. The others will try to tire it out now. So guys, I know this is really difficult for some of you to watch. So please, if you are sensitive viewers, maybe just take a little break. But this is nature at its best.
Nkuhumas Pride of Bambada and Nyari on the junction of Drakensberg and Mamba Road. The Nyari is still standing, but all the Ngalo on top of it.
You can hear the buffalo starting to struggle with breathing, and this is by no means over. Other buffalo bulls might come back. The other buffalo might come back. I can actually see the one coming back, but we're going to stay on the lines for now, and I'll keep Andrew updated on the movement of the other buffalo. So what they really need to do now is get this buffalo off its feet. So, as I said, the fight's by no means over. And you can see quite often lions will also try grip it by the nose. And what that does, and even though it is a very dangerous maneuver, it helps sort of drown the buffalo because it starts breathing in its own blood. You can see how strong Junior is there when he pulls that back leg. He's trying to get that buffalo on the ground. There's another old buffalo bull. Just stay a little bit wide. He's coming to the left there. You can see him right there. I'm not sure whether he'll come to the aid of this buffalo yet, but it is possible. This fight is by no means over yet. Nope, the buffalo bull is deciding to leave this be. I'm just going to move the vehicle again quickly. So of course we can't get too close in there because you never know what happens, and we've got to be a safe distance away because that buffalo might get loose and run straight towards us. You'll actually see a view of the other buffalo bull trotting around in the background there. Hasn't quite made up its mind whether it's going to come to the aid of this one, but I think if it is the case, it will have to be quite soon. But you can see there's still a lot of fight in this old boy. Just keep coming down Drakensberg to the north from Mumba Junction, and there's that open cruiser spot that's been mowed, and you'll get our visual there. We're just to the east of the road. Go ahead, yours. The Nkuhumas have just bombed a Nyari. It's still alive though, it's still standing, all the lines on top. You can see now, as soon as they get it down to the ground, is what they keep trying to do at the moment. But as I said, the fight is not over, and these buffalo bulls are incredibly resilient. As you can see, the buffalo's managed to free the lioness off the neck, and she's had to change for that nose hold I was talking about. It is a really dangerous position for that lioness now. She could be flung very, very easily. They've got it down. That's sort of the battle, most of the battle won now.
Well, this is very, very interesting stuff to see, and we have been waiting a very, very long time to share this with you. It is harsh, but it is nature taking its course. We actually heard the buffalo bellowing from Twin Dams where we were parked listening for any noises. But we're going to send you back to Brent, who's got a much better angle.
Welcome back, everyone. Isn't this amazing? I told you patience is the most important weapon in your arsenal, and it's taken us about 7 drives with the Nkuma Pride, and I said the law of averages has to work out into our favor eventually. And now with patience, we thought they were after zebra, but there were also buffalo we couldn't see there. Craig, there are 3 stations here, or 2 stations here. Yours making as well. Sorry, go again. That's affirmative. So guys, isn't this absolutely incredible? As you can see, it is a really harsh reality here. The buffalo is not even dead yet, and the animals are starting to feed on it. The lioness at the front is still on the nose, and she might have changed her grip. I can't see from where I am at the moment. But we're gonna change to Scotty, who might have an angle of that around the throat. So we're gonna cross across to Scotty quickly.
Now you can see two lionesses busy trying to suffocate this buffalo. One is gripping down onto the trachea, onto the windpipe, and the other one on top is attempting to try and block the nostrils. They need to block both tracts to try and suffocate this buffalo more effectively, but it can take time. It's not going to happen quickly necessarily, but despite that, some lion have started to feed. So some lion are feeding on the rear of this buffalo, and it is brutal, but it will be in shock. I'm guessing it's possibly the two older lionesses that are possibly doing the coup de grace, making sure that it's dead while the youngsters feed, but that will change once it is dead, and they'll probably do their best to chase the younger lioness away. So you can see it's not easy for them to break through the hide of this buffalo. You may have just noticed some aggression there, and we've spoken about this before. Around the dinner table, there will be a lot of aggression. For now, it's okay because they all know there's a lot of food, but once they do break open the carcass, they will start competing with one another to try and get as much food as they each can. Now, I know it's harsh, and I know a lot of you would wish this could happen faster, but it is a very, very difficult animal to kill, and also a very dangerous one. And we've watched these same lion on many, many occasions try their best to bring down buffalo, but they've actually been made to look silly. Eventually now they have got lucky. But it's not over yet. That was actually audio of lions still fighting with one another. It wasn't the buffalo that you could hear, but it is still alive. You can still see those two lionesses trying their best to slow the oxygen intake of this buffalo. But it's a massive animal, and even they are battling. These may be the final bellows from the buffalo. They will often let out one final groan. You may have heard Brent repositioning, and he's got a great different angle, so over to him and we'll see a bit later.
Welcome back with us, guys. you can see we've mission around. You can see that lioness is still firmly attached to the nose. If we go in a little bit closer there, please, Andrew. You can see a bit of that aggression in the background. I actually think if we look very carefully, when we moved here initially, the buffalo was still alive, but I think it is now moved on to the next plane. We will keep, that lioness will stay attached. There we go, she's loosening her grip a little bit. I think she could have felt that. There we go, that buffalo has just died. When we first moved here, I could still see some movement in the eye and hear some breathing, but she has managed to suffocate that from that really difficult hold around the buffalo's nostril. And a very dangerous position. We saw that incredible. While she was thrown up in the air, she hung on for dear life there. So she was able to suffocate that buffalo while the rest of the pride. And you can see now where Junior, who's a young male, becomes a really vital part. His extra weight and strength was able to topple that buffalo down. We might see some of that famed lion unfriendly feeding now. What an absolutely incredible afternoon. What a sunset safari. I'm just taking a moment to sort of calm down after that amazing excitement we had there. And it is sad, and I know a lot of people will find it quite difficult to watch the lions bring down this buffalo bull. But they have been really hungry, so now this will sustain the pride, and they're going to be on this kill for a few days. Guys, we're going to cross back to Scotty from a different angle. He might be able to see a bit more of the feeding dynamics that are going on than we can from this angle. But what an amazing sunset safari. And over to Scotty.
Now, it appears that they've all kind of got their place around the dinner table, but that will change. And we can expect to see some growling. Junior earlier swatted one of the youngest lions, the sub-adults, as it tried to squeeze in next to him. This is going to go a long way for these lions. It is a very difficult thing to watch, but it is nature, and there's no other way for these animals to survive. And it is important to remember that sometimes lion will get injured and killed when hunting buffalo, so it's a risk they take. And this time, luckily, they were fortunate to bring one down and none of them got injured. And like Brent said, this meal will keep them fed for days. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of aggression there. You may have heard a few growls.
Let me know when you get to Central and I'm back.
Now, understandably, there are a few vehicles trying to rush here to get involved in this action, and Brent has very kindly offered to make space, so it'll just be us here, but he's going to stay as long as he can before the other vehicles arrive, and that way we'll be able to cover this action from as many angles as possible. I think if we stay on this wide shot, it'll be our best bet, because if any one of them does lash out at another, we'll be able to see it, and it all happens so quickly. Watch here, there's been a bit of a shift. Let's watch what happens. Whenever you see some repositioning, you know that there could be some action, as they may try and vie for another spot where it's easier to obtain more meat, more efficiently and more quickly. And they will be in a rush. They don't know what other lion are in the area. They have been chased off kills recently by one single lion from apparently the Styx Pride, so that will be in the back of their mind.